Hi guys, today's video is going to be on the Mcfarlane Collector's Edition number 30 Captain Cold, the Rouges figure. This figure retail price is $29.99 and I did purchase this with my own money. So this is what he looks like. It's the front of the box. The side says Captain Cold number 30. Then Mcfarlane Collector's Edition Captain Cold, the Rouges number 30. Then we have some nice artwork on the back. Then we have the Platinum Edition here. You can see everything is the same except for there are some color variations. His gun is like a reddish color in the Platinum versus pink. His belt and holster are a different color on the Platinum. And then the skin on his face, it's blue where it looks like he has frostbite from being out in the cold too long. Other than that, we get the same accessories. This release is reusing the body from the Page Punchers Captain Cold, which I do have right here. It's the same exact body with some differences with the overlays and obviously the new head sculpt. He uses the same hands and everything else in here. This figure, when it was originally released, was $24.99. And they justified that price because it does come with the comic book in the back right there, you can see. If it didn't come with the comic book, this figure would be $20. When it was released. You can now pick this figure up for $10 on Amazon at the moment. Versus this new Captain Cold, since he is using the same basically body mold with some overlays, new overlays, and this is $29.99. The way I'm justifying that price in my head is I'm paying the extra $10 for 2 sets of hands and 2 alternate face plates. So I did want to mention that to you guys, and we will go ahead and open this one up. Starting with his hands, we have a set of open claw or open kind of grippy hands here. You can see that they have a texture on there, almost like a woven texture on the back. Then we have his set of holding hands. Again, they have the same type of texture on them. We do not have trigger hands with him, and so I'm going to go to his gun really quick here to see how well these holding hands are going to hold his gun, because the butt of his gun looks pretty big compared to the opening here. So let's just see if we're able to get it in here where he can hold it, since he doesn't come with trigger hands, even though there's no trigger on the gun, but I think they probably would have looked better. Also, the plastic is not very flexible. It would help if Mcfarlane used a different type of plastic that is a little bit softer to make it easier to get the guns in. And I can't bend it in here, so I'm going to go ahead and see if I can stick the hand in some hot water and see if that will work. Okay, so I was able to dunk the hand in some hot water to get it to go around the gun. Some of you guys might be able to pull his thumb back and get it in there. I'm just not, my hands aren't strong enough to do that, so I had to use the hot water. But while I was doing this, I did notice that these are the exact same hands with the exact same tiny opening. See that? And that explains why they won't fit the gun, because this is the gun with this tiny little grip here that would fit a hand like this. So that tells me that the design team at Mcfarlane did not play with this toy. They did not see if the pieces that they were putting in this toy were going to work with it. They just wanted to reuse all of this and then basically give us something that we have to finagle to get it to fit and work, which is kind of annoying. Moving on to his face plates, we get 2 alternate face plates. Although I'm not a fan of these face plates, as I've mentioned before, the faces on these do actually look nice. Then here is his character card and his data file. And then he comes with the Mcfarlane Basic Collector's Edition stand with the silver DC logo on it. Okay, so moving on to the figure here. Oops, let's get this out of the way. That's interesting. They had this this plastic tie around his face. So that tells me Mcfarlane knows that these don't stay on very well because they're putting this in the packaging. But they're not fixing the problem. Okay. So he does, like I said, reuse the body from the Page Puncher release. He does have some nice fur detail around his head here. There is some brown on there. I guess that's intentional to make it look dirty, I guess, in a way, which is weird. His hood has some texture on it to make it look like cloth. So does his little collar thing. This is not a soft good collar. It is plastic. And I'll go ahead and let you guys see up underneath there. It is textured. And it looks like it's attached here and here on the figure. Yeah, because there's nothing attaching it there. He does have some armor pads on his abdomen area that are a lighter shade of blue than the rest of his uniform here. He does have fur detailing on his gloves here, as well as the textured knit. It looks like a textured knit that they've done on the plastic here. It looks very nice. Then he also has the fur detail on his boots, and his boots are detailed. His belt is molded and it sets on top of the diaper here, although it does come kind of low. This holster is totally useless. It does not open. He's got some cargo pockets on the side. The texture does go all the way around 360, as you can see. So let's go ahead and see how his face plates work, because this hood looks like it, let me see if it can come off. This hood looks like it can get in the way of these, so let's go ahead and try it out. His hood is mostly detached. It is only glued to the back of his head, but you can see that like around his neck, it would be easy to take off if you wanted to use it for a modification. So that could be an option as well. Okay, so we're going to do his serious face first. So that's what he looks like with his serious face. Let's see if it falls off when you're moving it. Okay, this one looks like it's okay. And the hood might be actually helping because I can feel it squeezing it a little bit, giving it some resistance. Okay, then the other faceplate. It's still loose on there, but it's not falling off. Let me put his other face back on. Okay, so he does have standard Mcfarlane articulations. So his head will go 360. He sort of can look up and down-ish. This little collar thing does get in the way of the movement of his arms. So he can do this, but like it does get in the way if you want to make it go around like that. He's double jointed and his joints are extremely tight, but I will try to do this here. So that's his, as far back as his arm goes. He has the upper torso 360 and the lower 360. He can do the splits. His knees are double jointed as well. He can kick forward this much. He is hindered a bit by the diaper and the belt coming down so low. He can kick this far back. His toes do have articulation in them. Oop. Just a little bit though. It looks like it's hindered here by the top part of the shoe, or top part of the boot here. His wrists also are hindered by these cuffs right here. You can see that when I bend it up, it hits the edge of the cuff there. Same going down. His feet and ankle joints do the same thing here. It's a bit hindered. The foot will hit the bottom of the boot section right here. Even, you know, with tilting it, it's going to kind of get in the way because of how far the boot part comes down. So there are some limitations to him. Another thing that I did notice is this knee right here. I don't know if this is a design flaw or if mine is just a one-off quality control issue or what, but you can see this knee is double jointed, but this kneecap piece is stuck to the fur on the boot, so you cannot bend it. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. This leg here is also double jointed, but you can see like the top of the fur on the kneecap is not attached to it. So I'm able to move this lower part of the leg with no problem. It's not attached at all. But then over here, it's attached, so it's not moving. So if you guys can let me know in the comments, did any of your figures come like this? Has anybody's other leg been attached to this fur? I'm interested in knowing if I just got a dud because it's a quality control issue or if it is a true design flaw. Let me know in the comments. All right, guys, so that is going to wrap up today's video on Captain Cold. What do you guys think about this release? What do you guys think about the faceplates that McFarlane has been putting in with a lot of his collector's editions? What do you guys think about the fact that we don't get trigger hands or hands that really work for the Captain Cold figure? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys for watching and see you in my next video.